It's 8 AM on Friday the 13th. Is it Friday the 13th today? I didn't realise that until I was just saying that. It's a grey, damp Mushigame morning. View from the Yagenji Koi Farm. We're just going to head up and do some nisai harvest. Give me the Sankei, Kikasui and some other varieties. So Daisuke Ishihara and his wife taking the net out. I always say that everything at Yagenji is done very professionally. One of the things is including wrapping the net up every time they finish a harvest in a sheet to keep it nice and tidy and neat. Daisuke's wife, like many ladies and wives here in the mountains, work incredibly hard with their husbands on the farms. So this is Toshinori Ishihara, younger of the two brothers. Also known as Toko. This pond has 258 pieces in it, so quite a lot. You can get an idea of how much of a bulger is out the back of the net as he's pulled along. You can see some fish moving way out back, and then as the bottom's pulled in later, that comes up to form the bowl where the fish are then secured. So Chris Edwards from Azakari Koi and Yureen Dracobins from Orna Fish, both here to lend a hand bringing the shipment in, the harvest in rather. You can see how much they need to pull in the bottom of the net to pull in that bulge that hangs out the back, where at the moment most of the koi are currently sitting. Obviously done very slowly, not to cause damage, not to scare the fish, not to cause the fish to jump too much. There's that bottom of the net's pulled in, let's say that makes a big sort of bowl where the net's shaped at the back, in which the fish can then sit in the water inside the net. So Daisuke said they were chichai, small, but they don't look too small. Seems these days that the world is obsessed with jumbo fish. So you can see now how the bottom net's been pulled up onto the bank through that boulder mesh. All the fish now secured. Some Kikasui, some Ginrin, Sankei I believe in here. Kikasui, one of the farm's famous varieties. Western variety of All Japan Koi show with Kikasui in the last couple of years. counter to keep count of the number of fish that have been harvested so far. Still plenty of fish to come. Gone out 81 so far. We'll see that. What was that? It's no easy work carrying bags of fish up the bank like that. So, they make it look easy. Nambigi. Nani?
111.
So 111 so far. So we're not even halfway through yet. Just catching glimpses of some fish that look very interesting to see when we go back to the koi house. Bag after bag after bag of fish. Your intern, how many in one bag?
5, 6.
5 or 6 in one bag. So we've just gone through 150 pieces. So 100 or so more to go. So I'm guessing I'll need to pull the net a second time. So first pull has realised 212 of the koi that were in the pond. 212, 256, or maybe 258 or 260, we're not sure of the exact number it seems. So another pull is going to be done right now. So Chris, you picked up a load of the fish there?
Yes.
What were your thoughts about the quality and what you saw?
Quality is very difficult to gauge when you're in a mud pond looking at them.
Absolutely, I understand that. And through a video camera screen as well.
And through a video camera screen. It's also very difficult when they're in the pond. You need to get them back, get them in a bowl and have a good look. In general, I thought some of the kikasuis looked very nice. Yeah, I would agree. There's some nice shower I thought as well. Some very nice shower. A lot of tancho in there, which regardless of the quality, tancho is good to have, especially tancho shower. There was some rubbish in there, but
as always,
it's a harvest. You're going to get rubbish.
Well, I always say to people when they, expensive jumbo tosai and things like that, if you see a nisai harvest and the number that go wrong, it makes jumbo tosai, brings them into reality.
We've all been there and spent a lot of money on tosai with the expectations it's going to come out something like you would see in a top quality koi show. The reality is that very rarely happens. So these guys put a lot of, I won't say the money, because the fish cost the same to produce whether it's an absolute rubbish or a gem, but they put a lot back in that they believe are going to turn out top quality, and are often disappointed. Every time they're disappointed in something.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see something very special when we get back to the koi house.
There's certainly a few kikasui that I've looked at and I thought that is something close to being special. But again,
it's a split second decision of you.
Yeah, it's a split second decision, and the skin changes between here and the koi house. And the amount of times you see a fish in this mud pond, when it's in your hands, putting it into the inflatable tub, and then you get it back and you can't remember it, can't see it, can't find it, and you never see it again.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see something anyway.
We'll see something, I'm sure we will.
This isn't some crazy traditional Japanese dance that's going on. Just trying to move the fish from that end of the pool because there's this mud pile in the middle of the pond that they need to go around. So just scaring any fish that may be at that end to come in. The enclosed net, which will go around to the bank over there and up to the truck. So the net coming in for a second time. See how well we've done in getting the 50 or so, or 40 or so that were still in the pond. The second pull at this end of the pond, the mud is, and the water rather muddier than at the other end, and rather smellier.
You really see the colours better with the mud.
So certainly a good view in this second pull. So once we start loading the koi into the, or they start loading the koi into the truck, get an idea of how many we've got. So probably one or two left in the pond that they'll come back and pick up later. So I think that's it as far as the net's concerned. Just the usual collection of tadpoles and various water insects in the net, as always. So I'm counting on 225, 226, 7. $258 plus the 2 that are left in the pond, maybe.
1 for sure.
So as I said before, always everything very professionally cleaned and put away nicely, ready for the next harvest. Blue top hauling sheet cleaned off and the net dragged onto it, so as not to pick up any stones or mud or other debris from around the pond edge. A tip for anybody who ever has to do this: take the float end, because it is a lot easier to pull in than the weights end at the bottom.
Do it. あ、どこでいいよ。はい。ありがとうございます。
So everybody's just taking a post-harvest bath, little wash off in the water.
ありがとうございました。
And now we'll head back to the koi house and see what we got. So just back at the koi house, and back there some Toshinori. Now sorting through the koi. Taking a few at a time, place them into this bowl. Randomly from this bowl, basket and Toshinori between them, and decide where they want to place it depending on the price point. They're going to charge for it basically. So first chance for everybody, as Chris said when he was in the mud pond, it's the first chance for everybody to see the koi properly. When you're in the mud pond picking them out, you don't see certain things that you get back and go, oh, but a shame that's there. Now the fish maybe look better now than they did in the mud pond. There's, as would be expected, certainly some very nice looking koi into this tank. And I mentioned earlier, kikasui, one of their specialities, and there's some great looking kikasui in here. So yet again, harvest just finished, and the koi house is full of customers. So here's a sample of the Yagenji Koi, which have just been harvested. Already placed in the bowl by a customer from Malaysia. As they say, if you snooze, you lose. The kind of fish don't hang around long at Yagenji Koi Farm. So, and here we have two Ginrin Sanke, or one of two Ginrin Sanke in the bowl. Harvested this morning. Very attractive koi, I have to say. And the other one. Both of these koi are very, very close to being selected as Tadagoi. And the boys have put them both up for sale.